Passion to Profit, finding your targeted niche. What is niche marketing, first of all? Niche marketing is a focused message. It's a niche or target marketing delivers a focused or a targeted message to a group identified on the basis of their shared belief system, social or their personal history or their lifestyle. So it's basically a focused message to a group that you're going to be identifying on the basis of their shared beliefs and stuff that they have. So it's going to be a certain focused message, and I want you to remember that focused, targeted, because we don't want to just be all over the board. We want to find that very targeted niche. You've heard that saying probably a lot of times. Find that targeted niche market that you're passionate about. It's not always easy. Finding the right niche for your authority website isn't always going to be easy, but don't let this process stop you cold in the tracks. It's something that if it's something that's just holding you back, let's just find something that's profitable for you to get going with, and to get you started going through the process, figuring out how to get things going, and then go from there. When I first got started, I was not a bit interested in what I got started in. I stayed in that same niche, but I found things that I enjoyed doing in there to make it interesting for me to go. But it probably would not have been all that easy for me to get started in if I would not have had help. Authority and credibility. One of your main goals that you need to accomplish is by establishing yourself as an authority in your niche. You've got to develop that credibility, because people do not buy from people that they do not feel have the credibility or the authority to be able to put products out there. If you have if there's a product out there and people don't believe that in that person that has that product, they don't look at them as being somebody credible. You need to build that authority and credibility. And one of the best way to do that is to develop a product, because that starts establishing that credibility and the authority that you need. You need to stand out in your market as the authority. And once again, sometimes that's not always easy to do, especially when you pick a niche that is very, very competitive, like so many people try to do. By doing so, you're going to establish credibility and trust in your market, and this is a must to dominate your niche. You've got to establish that authority and the credibility. If you're still looking for a topic, you may not need to look any further than your own experiences. You may have many marketable skills and talents that you haven't seen in a marketable light yet. And that's the biggest thing is most everybody has something that is a very marketable skill or a talent, and the only thing that they haven't seen is they haven't seen this in a marketable light. And I want to emphasize the word yet, because a little bit of discovery and you soon will. You may be saying to yourself, but I'm not an expert at anything. Trust me, everyone knows something that others want to know or can do something that others want to learn. You may know, how to grow the greenest or the most luscious lawn in the neighborhood. So when people drive by your house, they're like, wow, look at that guy's lawn. Man, I wish I knew the secrets to that lawn and stuff. And they go just down to their house, just down the road and stuff, and they pull in their driveway and they look at that lawn that's all dead and brown and weeds growing all over and stuff. And, and they see your lawn as, being that beautiful lawn that they wish you had. They're having a problem having a nice lawn, and you've got a solution because you have the expertise in knowing how to do that, or you at least knew where to go to get that lawn green. You may be able to cook the perfect roast turkey that is praised by the whole family. You may have been told by others that you've raised a perfect ethical child. And if you have, I would like to buy that ebook. We've got 6 children, and most of them are pretty ethical, I would say. But everyone has very good experiences in life that they can draw from that you are the expert in. Maybe you've had foster children throughout your life or something, that you know how to deal with children that are special needs, or how to deal with the more emotional needs of different children and stuff, that you are going to be able to help other people in life. And there's always going to be somebody that's coming up along that's going to want to know the solutions to the problem that they're having that you're going to be able to help them with. You know, if you don't think that you're an expert at anything, you don't think that you have any value to offer, please think again. Everyone has life experiences, training, and skills that others do not have, but yet they want to learn and know. Some tips to help you discover and prosper in your niche market. First of all, choose a topic that will keep your interest, and that's the most important thing. We're talking about what is your passion, and a lot of times that throws people because they look at their passions as something that they never made money at, so that kind of stops them. Like, how in the world would I make money at the thing that I'm most passionate about? They've never done that before. So think of something that is going to keep your interest most of all. Things that you're knowledgeable about. What is it that you know? What kind of talents and skills do you have? Maybe you're a guitar player that you could teach somebody how to play the guitar. That's a skill you could teach, set up an online training course and stuff and teaching people how to play guitar or piano or something like that. What are your talents and the skills that you have? What are your hobbies? What are those things that you love to do that are going to keep your interest? Now, just because, that you've come up with a bunch of things, there's going to be more to it than that, and we're going to get into this as we go. But first of all, what you need to do is just get yourself a pad of paper and just start going through and listing those things that are your passions, the things that you're knowledgeable about, your talents, your skills, your hobbies. And again, if you're stuck there and you can't quite figure things out, ask the people that are closest to you around you. They're going to know those things that you're passionate about. A lot of the times it's those things that you just talk about whenever that subject comes up. Somebody goes, "Oh no, here he goes." Your passion just kicks in and that enthusiasm is there because people are going to need to feel that enthusiasm. They're going to need to feel that excitement, and they're going to be able to see that when they show up to your website. They're going to be able to tell your passion and if you're excited about what you're trying to teach. Research your target market and come up with an idea for your product. This is very important. And as we go through this course tonight, we're going to be showing you some ways to research your target market and to come up with ideas for your product. You need to choose a topic where the following 3 criteria can be met. People are looking for information to solve a common problem. If there is no problem, there's not going to be a solution to it. Even if you have a solution and nobody is having that problem but you, there's not going to be a whole lot of money into that niche that you're looking into. Are they willing to spend money on that information? A lot of times people come up with a great product. They've got something that they really feel is really, really good. And the problem with it is that other people are really not interested in spending money in that. They can probably go somewhere else and get that for free. It would be something like, maybe let's use like recipes for an example. You can go online and usually find recipes and stuff, maybe for your favorite cherry pie or something like that. You're going out there, you're looking for recipes. You're probably going out there looking for free recipes, and you're probably going to find them all over the place. So somebody might not buy that recipe that you are trying to sell, but you might be able to put a series of recipes together in a book, that in an ebook type format or something that you're going to be able to sell, or at least use for list building, to use for lead generation and stuff. But they've got to be willing to spend money for the information that you have. You personally or are at least moderately interested about the topic. You've got to be at least moderately interested about this because you have to be doing something that's going to keep your attention going, and that's going to excite you about getting into. Now, this third point is optional, but I recommend if you're going to stay interested and motivated to promote your products for months or years to come, you've got to be able to at least be interested. You have the option of choosing something you love or something that is popular. Make your work fun by choosing a market that you enjoy. Now, to be successful, you're going to be spending a lot of time researching, writing, and creating content around your niche, as well as networking with other people within that niche. So while we're researching, you're going to be more than just researching that profitable niche. You're going to be also researching things that are going to be that you can write about, and that you're going to be creating content around that niche, as well as looking for networking potentials and stuff, for JV partners within that niche, the competition that's in there. There's several different things that you're going to be paying attention to as you go about researching your niche market that you're ready to get into. Not just that it's possible to make money, but possible to, to find the content that you're going to be writing and to do some good networking throughout it. Choosing a topic purely because you think it will be profitable, but you have no interest in it, you're unlikely to stay motivated enough to continue building a profitable business. Ask yourself if you could write articles and blog posts about this topic day after day. You might be the one that's writing your own articles. You might be writing blog posts for that. So ask yourself that question. Is this something that's going to interest me and motivate me enough to sit down day after day after day to write articles and blog posts until I either hire that out or, do something different? It's got to be something that's going to motivate you. So don't just think about profitability. Choose a subject purely based on your passion without checking out the market first, and you could end up dominating a niche where there are no profits to be made. And those niches are very, very easy to dominate because there's not a lot of people in them. So don't, make sure that you're choosing your niche wisely. Take your time, choose wisely, and always be willing to learn. So why is it so critical to find a group of people with a common problem rather than a hot product? Well, the simple truth is that people very rarely go online to actively look for products to buy. Much more often, they go online to search for solutions to their problems, and a lot of those times they're going to come across your products. But they're going online, they've got a problem, they're going on there looking for that solution. They're not thinking in their mind that they're ready to go buy a product right now. At times they're searching for things online that, yes, indeed, they are ready to buy at that moment, and they're going specifically looking for things to buy. And those are going to be people that are typing in these long keyword tools, specific keywords that are going to lead them to the products and stuff. But they've probably already researched it, they found the solution, and they're ready to buy and stuff. But it's you got to find a group of people with a common problem rather than just a hot product. Hot products are great to get into temporarily. Sometimes that, those products that just come up, they're really hot. You can get into them right now, but a lot of times those will fade away. You want something that's going to be able to last and stay there for months and months to come, maybe even years to come. Find a niche you are passionate about. What do you have a passion about that also has a large number of people willing to open their wallets? Remember, it's not just about your passion. It's about finding people ready to flip open those wallets and ready to buy. We all know something that is of value to someone else, something that others are seeking information on. You need to discover what drives you and what excites you and what makes you tick. It's the only way you're going to be able to devote the kind of time and effort to create a meaningful website and build up the right traffic, generate worthwhile income, and enjoy what you're doing. When someone comes to your website, like I said earlier, they need to feel what you're feeling. Your website will reflect exactly how passionate you are about your products. If you're not passionate about your products, it is going to show. If you're doing some coaching online and you're not passionate about that coaching, it's going to show to your coaching students, and they're not going to stick around, and they're not coming back. They're not going to spread around, the internet word to mouth, the people that they know say, hey, this guy's really passionate about what he's teaching and stuff. He's doing an excellent job. You need to go to this person and stuff because he's really going to be able to help you. If you're not passionate about it, they're not going to be recommending you and telling other people about your websites. Trust me, when you show up to websites, you can tell usually right away whether or not somebody is an expert in that field, whether they were passionate about it. And if you can't right away, you soon will once you start start building those relationships. Pay attention when folks you meet start talking about their hobbies or their passion. If you can't figure out something that you're interested in, your hobbies or passion, Pay attention when other folks start talking about their hobbies and their passions. Maybe that'll start sparking some ideas. Take a look on your bookshelves or in libraries and stuff. What are the topics of the books that you read if you're a book reader? A lot of times you'll have books laying around and stuff that you have, check them out. Look in them. If they're magazines, look in the back in the back and look for the different articles and stuff that are in there, in different advertising that's going on in there. Really check them out. Don't just read them in there. Really pay attention to what you're reading and what's going on inside those magazines. Watch the news. You'll discover some real clues as to what kind of problems people are facing that you could possibly deliver the answers for. In a time of economic troubles, the news is going to focus on this. They're going to focus on the things that people are having problems in, with home foreclosures, job losses, looking for different jobs, getting resumes written, looking for jobs. The news focuses on problems that people are having. They're really good with this. Pay attention to it. Write things down. And is that something that you can provide a solution to? If you ever eavesdrop on some conversation while you're standing in a checkout line, if not, go ahead and do it. It's a lot of times people focus on negativity. They focus on problems that they're having. Maybe you've got a solution to that problem, and you can start researching that to find out if there's a big enough audience out there that's having the same kind of problems. And by the way, don't forget to look right under your nose. Listen and always pay attention. Just like if a lot of people, I don't know what I'm good at. I don't know what I would do. Well, they've been a foster parent for maybe years and years and years, and they're in that fostering and stuff. Maybe they've adopted children. Maybe the children they've adopted were special needs, and they can help provide information that will help other people coming up, behind them that are interested in adopting children, and maybe adopting children with special needs to even, go to make a farther niche, dig down into that niche a little bit farther. Maybe a specific special needs and stuff. So maybe adopting a child with autism or something like that. Maybe you're an expert on that, and other people are going to come looking for that. So, and that's something that you might not have thought about, but yet you have dealt with it for years because you might have raised that child from birth all the way up to adulthood. And so you can, you can start out from birth. You can create products in the teen years. You can create products on, how to transition that child into adulthood. What kind of services are out there? Just always be looking for different things and different directions that you can go, and the what is going to come next. Always listen, always, and pay attention to what's going on. You need to become involved with the market you are targeting. Let your presence be seen. You have got to get out there. You can't go into marketing and just sit quietly back there and never let anybody see you. You've got to put yourself out there. You've got to get your business out there for people to see, for that traffic to find. Remember, you need to be seen as an authority in your niche market. When people come online searching for the solution, you need to position yourself right there at the search bar, so when they type in those keywords that they're searching for, that they show up to your site. They need to be able to find you. Don't just sit quietly back and hope that people find you. Because you've got to put yourself out there to be seen. You've got to be like that spokesperson for your own business. Maybe it's blogging. Maybe you're going to start up several blogs for your business that you can be creating content for to add value through email marketing. Whatever the avenue or the tool that you're using, you need to put yourself out there. Always learn the language that your targeted market is speaking. An example of this would be if you're marketing to teenagers or something like that. You don't want to come across as this old guy or something trying to talk like a teenager and stuff all the time, because you're going to be talking probably a lot of the lingo that you remember from a teen, and they're going to look at you all crazy, although that's probably coming back now. It kind of cycles around. But think about what they're doing, where the teenagers are hanging out at. If you're getting into something like making money online, traffic generation, whatever that market is that you're getting into, start learning the terms that they're using currently. Start thinking of the tools that you're going to need to be talking about. If you're developing websites, what kind of language do they use? You're going to want to learn the things like HTML and FTP and web hosting and things like that. Start learning the language that your targeted market is speaking, because you need to identify with them and they need to be able to identify with you. You have to be the expert. Make sure that you choose a niche where people are ready, able, and willing to spend money. If they're not ready and able to pull out that wallet and stuff, it's going to be hard to really make any money online. You're not going to end up with any good results. You're going to be frustrated, and you're going to just end up leaving and quitting and stuff. Stand out above the crowd as something different than everyone else is offering. As you're searching your niche, make sure that you're looking for ways that you can stand out above the crowd. And how are you going to be able to do this? Well, first of all, you're going to have to research your competition. You're going to have to know what the competition's got, who your competition is, and what is going on in that niche already, to be able to find a way that you can just stand out above the crowd. Too many people go by the saying is, find somebody that's doing something good and just do the same thing that they're doing. Well, that's great to a point. You're going to want to follow those same kind of patterns that they're using, maybe those the same kind of programs they're using, but you've got to find some way to be able to stand out above the crowd for you to be able to compete, especially if you're going to be going into a market that's got a lot of competition. A lot of people try to get into the niche of making money online. It's a great niche. It's a very, very profitable niche. It's a niche that I don't even try to discourage people from getting into, because there's a lot of money to be made. But you've got to be able to come in thinking, I'm going to find a way to stand out above the crowd. I'm going to have my unique selling proposition that my audience is going to be able to see, and they're going to pay attention to over top of what the competition has going on. So you've got to understand what's already going on out there. Otherwise, you're not going to know how you're going to be able to do anything different, or what's missing that you can do different. Decide what format would be best for you to use in delivering your solutions to the market that is needed. And what we're talking about is maybe it's going to be ebooks. So you're going to have to research your market once again to find out what's already out there, what they're using. If they're not using certain formats already, why aren't they using it? Is it because that market isn't interested in it? Or is it because nobody's just ever thought of using it? So that's some place that you could fit in, that you would stand above the crowd. Maybe you find a niche that is just packed with ebooks, but there's not a lot of video that's really hot right now. And so you could come in and add video formats into their in teaching styles and stuff, where you could stand above the crowd. Maybe you could do webinars that nobody else is doing in that crowd yet, or teleseminars, or coaching programs, maybe offline events. Really be thinking of what you can do. Maybe it's physical products, something that you can do in a format that's going to be accepted by the niche that you're in, and maybe somebody else is not doing. But be careful, if they're not doing it yet, maybe there's a good reason for it. Maybe it's just not accepted by that market. But a lot of times it gives you a way to step in and stand out above the crowd. Look into developing an even more focused sub-niche as a mean of expanding your customer base. And a good example of that, we were just talking earlier about adopted, maybe the adopted children niche. Maybe you adopt, instead of just adopting children in that niche, that might be a little bit, a lot of competition and stuff in there. So you've got special needs children, so you want to go into adopting special needs. And then to even go farther, a more focused sub-niche, you want to go into adopting children with autism or something like that. So, a specific special need. So look into developing even more focused sub-niche as a means of expanding your customer base. Here's some possible niche topics if you just can't figure anything out. here's some good places to get started. These are niches that are making money, a lot of money in them. There's a lot of competition in these ones, so you're going to have to really be looking to find a way that you can stand out above the crowd in these, but it's possible to get started in these and make good money. The weight loss and dieting niche. And, we discussed in one of our other trainings here, that how easily that you can get into some of these niches without even really knowing what's going on or anything about it, just by finding some PLR products or something out there in them. So weight loss and dieting, the health or fixing health problems, fitness and exercising, talking about lifting things that are drooping and tightening things that are sagging, and people are going to come running. Looking good, reversing aging, removing hair, keeping hair, etc. What is it, the problems that people are having that, to help, that are the problems that they're having not looking good? What can you do to help? Relationships, finding relationships. Once somebody you teach somebody to find a relationship, teach them how to keep the relationship. Well, then another possible direction, hopefully it doesn't get used in that relationship, but many times it does, is how you get over that relationship. And then it's right back from the start again and stuff, finding that. So always be looking what comes next in there, like we were talking about. Making money online or offline, small businesses, finding jobs, etc. Saving money. If you can teach people how to save money, they are in. Parenting problems and concerns. Everybody's got raising children, and there's always going to be kids coming up that are going to be raising children, that are going to be new parents, facing some of the problems that you faced, stuff. You've already been there. You've done that. You've got the solutions that they're going to be looking for. Personal developed self-awareness is another huge niche to be able to get into. These are just some possible niche topics that you could get started in. And remember, even if you're not passionate about them right now, if you get started in them, look to find out what will make you excited about getting into this niche and staying into there and actually making money to keep you going. Research your niche. Research each topic on your list. Which ones have people buying digital products in large numbers online? And we're going to really be focusing on digital products when we're doing our research. We're talking about online marketing and stuff when we're searching for a niche. A lot of the times these will work just as well offline, but we're going to be discussing mainly the topic of online marketing. So we're going to be looking for buying digital products in large numbers online. There's places you can go to like Amazon.com, and some of these we're going to get into in a little bit of some depth here in just a few minutes. You can go to eBay.com. Dummies.com is a great place. Forums, blogs, and magazines. Forums, I want you to remember that one, because looking at when you get your niche kind of discovered and stuff, start looking in the forums and stuff, and you'll start finding different problems that people are having. In blogs, a lot of times people will place things in the comments and stuff of different problems that they're having. So make sure that you're reading these things. If you're interested in a niche and you're doing these research, really do your research and really discover what is going on within this niche. Magazines, like we've already talked about. Google Trends, just go to google.com trends and check out what is going on, the hot trends that are going on out there right now. Google AdWords, you go to adwords.google.com to check out the AdWords and stuff. What are people paying for in advertising and stuff right now? If there's no paid advertising going on, a lot of the times it's not a very profitable niche. And it's not worth people buying and paying for advertising. So if there's no paid advertising, be careful about it. You can go to clickbank.com, pay.com.com. These are great places to research different products that are out there, to find out whether or not there's a large amount of products that are already being sold in these niches that you're looking into. Keyword research. What kind of keywords are people searching for and stuff? Are there people searching for them using the Google keyword research tool and stuff to find out if there's actually people looking for the keywords within that niche? Affiliate marketing. This is a great one to really research your niche, because a lot of times, especially when you start getting a list or you know how to generate traffic to your sites and stuff, you can start doing affiliate marketing, and what you're going to find out really fast is if people are actually buying these products, because if they are, they're going to be buying from you. Now there's going to be some things that you're going to have to do to make sure that you're seen and that you're getting those products out there so people are landing on your sites, that you got good copy and all of that. But it's a good way to start telling whether or not people are actually buying the products out there that you're selling as an affiliate. YahooAnswers.com. This is an excellent place to do niche research, to find out different problems that people are having, finding out the answers. And this is one of them we're going to be hitting on here in just a second and stuff. And it's a really excellent place to do some good niche research. All right, Amazon.com. It's an amazing resource for finding niche markets that you never have thought about entering. Basically, there's some steps that you just got to follow, but basically what I want you to understand is just go into these places and just start looking around, start browsing around, start paying attention. In the search drop down, select books and hit go. Because what this is going to do is going to bring up all the books that people are interested in reading and that they're buying right now and stuff, and it's going to start giving you some good ideas of what you can start looking into. In the left-hand navigation column, you'll notice all the different book topics. Pick one that interests you. Just start looking through the topics. A lot of times you go in there, and that's what you do anyways. You start looking through all the topics that are in there, and you start looking for the one that interests you. If you're somebody that buys books online, or if you go to the library even, you go to the place, you start looking for those categories that interest you. It's the same thing online. Pick one that interests you, and now you'll notice a new set of topics in the left-hand corner. So you click on the one that interests you, and you'll notice that it'll usually bring up more topics for you to choose within that niche that you're looking into right now. Check reviews. Reviews indicate a market that's involved and active. If you're not getting a lot of reviews on the book, maybe people aren't buying that book to be able to give reviews. If you're finding a lot of active reviews and stuff, that means people are actively purchasing, they're reading that book, they're interested in what's going on, and they're leaving their reviews and stuff for other people to learn about when they come through. So that's a good way for you to start learning about the products that they're buying, because they're giving reviews on them. It also teaches you maybe a little bit how you can give a product review for that product. Maybe you're going to use Amazon.com as an affiliate to sell the products and they're interested in that book, and you can start gathering some of these reviews and stuff to help you with your own product reviews. That maybe you set up a product review site for books or whatever on blogs that you're going to be doing a review site on. So always don't just go to see if these things are there. Really read them and look into it. When you're doing your research, you really need to dig deep and find out everything that's going on in that market. Take a look at all the titles of the books within that niche that you're looking into. These are going to be possible sub-niches. Let's stick with the adoption niche. You find one in there that is on, maybe you go to the category families, and you go in there and you find a sub-niche of adoptions. And in there you open that up and you find a whole lot of books on adopting, maybe a different adopting children, how to adopt children, adopting children with special needs, aging out of a foster care or something like that, maybe in there. You can start finding different sub niches that are in there. So always be looking at the titles and stuff and go through there. Maybe they're not exactly what you're going to be going into, but it's a possible sub niche that you can start going into. And a lot of the times you can find different things of where you're going to go next. Next, take a look at the sales rankings of these titles. Now, this can be found by clicking on the book cover and moving down the page to the section titled Product Details. The lower the number, the higher the sales for that particular item. Usually it's the higher numbers that you're looking for, but in this case, the lower the number, the higher the sales are for that particular item, and that's the sales ranking of this. You can use Amazon.com bestsellers and stuff to find out what is really hot right now on Amazon. Go into Amazon.com and just start researching. Get out your pen and paper, open up a notepad on your computer, whatever, and just really start looking for things that are interesting you. And as you're researching in there, you're going to notice the things that interest you, because they're going to all of a sudden jump out at you, and you're going to feel that excitement brim up in you and stuff. And those are the things you really want to start paying attention to. eBay.com gives good insight into what is selling right now, what people are looking for. A lot of times you can find good physical product niches to get into and stuff. You can go to eBay Pulse for finding hot niches and stuff. Just go in there. You can start looking at the different categories. The same thing. It'll take you into subcategories. Just start looking through there. You'll be able to find different keywords that people are searching for through eBay.com. It's a great place to get started in. We're not going to go into this one very much. Go in there. Just start investigating what is going on. Dummies.com. If Dummies.com is a book written on a niche, it means they have identified a problem and are offering a solution. They have already researched the niche. They've already paid the money to have that niche researched. If they would not have, they would not have created a book for it, because they're not going to go about the cost of creating these books and doing the advertising and get them out there if there's not a market for them. So a lot of the times, all the research is done for you. It's right there at your disposal, waiting for you to come and start checking it out. The Dummies Company has made creating niche products an art form in its own right. Search through their titles in general niches that interest you and jot down potential ebook topics. We're going to go in there just a second. When you get into dummies.com, you notice that you got all these categories up. You got business and career, computers and software. Start looking through these. Health and fitness, home and garden would be a great one. Internet, pets. People are always interested in pets. Click on one of those. Once you click on it, you're going to find different topics within there. You got birds, so we're going to be talking about different pets. We got birds, cats, dogs, fish, reptiles, other pets that they're having. You're going to see the most popular articles and stuff that they have in there. These articles can give you ideas of articles that you could be writing. So when you're researching, always remember, write down things that you see that are interesting in you, because you're going to have to be writing and supplying content for that. And a lot of times people go, I don't know what to write about. I just don't have a clue what other people even want to hear about in the niche. Well, if you know what's going on in that niche, you're probably not going to have that problem. But a lot of times, days you might wake up and you just can't figure out what's going on. Go and do some research and find out what other people are writing about and stuff. And just, pick a topic. Don't go stealing their content and stuff. Make sure that you're writing everything in your own words, but you can start, maybe your niche is animals, but we're going to be talking about birds. You go in there, and the first one you got here, choosing your bird, the best birds for beginners. So already we're taking our niche. Maybe instead of just talking about birds, we're going to be talking about for beginners getting started. Somebody that maybe has never raised a bird yet. So that's where you're going to start in your niche. Maybe later on you want to go into the more somebody that's more experienced in birds and different kinds of birds. But the best birds for beginners. You click on these articles that are in here, and you just start reading and start looking. Choosing a bird, the best bird for beginners. It talks about, you're going to be able to describe. Then it goes into, very briefly, notice different kinds of birds that are out there. Probably the birds that they recommend as birds that you should be looking into. Well, as you can see, there's not a lot of content. What this allows you to do, maybe you have a bird blog, and you could start doing articles on cockatiels. And you see, there's not a whole lot here going on at cockatiels, so you can start doing some research on cockatiels. Maybe you have the information inside your head. Maybe you take this article, rewrite it, and really add to it as a nice blog post. It gives you the idea of what you can start doing, and just going into these sites and really, really researching what is going on, because if it's in here, trust me, dummies.com has already got it going on. You've got sponsored links. Cages for your parrots, bird care supplies. A lot of the times you're going to find that some of these you can go look at, and a lot of times maybe you can sign up as an affiliate. So these could become products that you become an affiliate for that you could add to your blog, or that you can maybe if you got an email list already that you can be talking about and send out an email recommending these products and stuff through your affiliate link. So always be checking out everything that's taken place on these sites and stuff, because you're going to be able to come up with ideas. You're going to be able to see what they're doing on their sites. Is it something that maybe you can do? What's missing on that site so that you can add to it? All right, the next one is article directories. A good one to go to is ezinearticles.com. I'm not going to recommend that you sit there and go to all the article directories out there and stuff in your research. Just start with some place like ezinearticles.com. The key when visiting this kind of site is to just make a huge list of potential topics. And then when you're done, go and research. If there are people searching for information on the subject, I like to say around 5,000 a month. So maybe if you go into Google, the keyword tool, and do the research, and you find that there's 5,000 people, searching for the keywords that you're in, you've probably found a niche topic that could turn into a very lucrative home-based business. A lot of people say 1,000 and stuff. I like to stick around the 5,000 a month. That's just me personally. But going into Ezine Articles, we'll do that for just a second here. Once you get in here, you're going to see article categories. This is a great place for you to just start browsing through and see what piques your interest right away. We got health and fitness. Maybe we're interested in the self-improvement niche. So we click on that. Once we click on self-improvement niche, what we come up with is a whole lot of different categories that we can start talking about. Time management. So, a lot of people are interested in time management, even in the making money online. How do I manage my time to be able to get things going and stuff? Not only are you able to learn different things through here, you're able to get good content for your own sites. You're able to find out what people are talking and searching for. So that you can go through. Maybe you're interested in coaching, so you click on coaching. Now, one of the things it's going to bring up are the different articles for you to go through. Now, there's a couple things that are very important for you to read. One thing, you got the titles and stuff. You can start looking at how people are writing the titles. Are they titles that really catch your eye, that really make you want to open that up and read? Could you reword that title to make it more appealing to somebody when they showed up that you're going through? Another thing that you can do is you can check out the people that are actually the article writers here, because a lot of the times, let's just pick Sean here for a second, and we find out that his articles and stuff that it's going to bring up his different articles that he's got. We can go into the articles. We can read them. We can look at how he writes his articles. We can, are they easy to read? You see he's using, pretty decent white space. He's using numbers. You notice when you're reading through here, what jumps out at you? The numbers do. Maybe you want to use them as bullet points instead, because those things kind of jump out at you. So you're also learning the same time of how people are writing their articles and how you're going to be able to write their articles. You go down here and it starts talking about their resource, the resource box and stuff, usually about that person, and usually they've got some place where you're going to be able to go. If they've done their job right, you're going to be able to go. He's got a program here, and what's it lead to? It leads to a squeeze page. That is a great sign right there. If you find articles, find somebody that's got a squeeze page, what is that telling you while you're doing your research? That's telling you this person has a list. This person is somebody that you can start networking with, get to know, contact them with, because he's probably got products that you could be an affiliate for. He could be an affiliate for your product. Maybe it's somebody that's got expertise in areas that you're really not familiar with that could help you with a great JV partner potential here. But the most important thing that you got to understand is this person has a list. He's building a list. He's got a squeeze page and is opt-in. So always be looking for these kind of things as you're doing your research. All right, let's see if we can get rid of some of these things here. All right, Yahoo Answers is another great place. Now here's the process for researching. Basically, you're going to type in a keyword related to the industry that you're searching. When you get to yahooanswers.com, create a list of all the questions people are asking within that topic. You can just open a notepad up, start keeping a list of the different questions. Probe to find the hot buttons. Find those topics that there's a lot of people asking questions about, because this is going to start finding a higher targeted market. Formulate a campaign from your findings. So step one, you're going to go into Yahoo Answers. You're going to browse the categories that they have. Once you click on the categories, just like a lot of these other sites, it's going to bring up different types of subcategories that you can start looking into. Maybe you want to start looking into business and finance niche. So you're browsing categories. Step 2, select category closest to your niche. Maybe it was finance, business and finance. So you would click on business and finance. Maybe in there next you can ask questions, maybe how to write the questions that have been asked. You can search for answers in there. Maybe it's in that business you want to know, you're looking for people that are trying to learn how to write resumes. So you would type in there how to write resumes. You're going to find the people that are asking the questions. Also, you're going to find searching the answers to those. You're going to get both of them here. But what you're going to do is once you get looking for them, it's going to bring up the questions. Start looking through these questions, looking for related questions. Here's one we've got. Writing resumes. Need professional help on resume writing. So somebody's looking for professional help on resume writing. Here's another one, writing a resume. Robin, for the first time, how could I start to write a resume? Do they accept people with no previous experience? Another one, how do I run a resume writing and interview workshop? That's something else that maybe we could get into, but it's not really, the same kind of question here. Looking for resume advice for career in writing. So if you're writing a resume after changing careers, how would you choose which format to use? So somebody else looking for how to write a resume. So you're looking for the ones that are in common, related questions. Those are the ones that you're really going to want to target. So what you can do is it gives you, you can start thinking about how can I help that person? Maybe you're experienced in writing resumes. Maybe you've really never thought about it, but you've had several jobs where people had told you that your resumes were really good quality. Maybe you've had resume writing training or whatever. So that's something that interests you. You've got the solution to the problem that you can give to these people. It also gives you ideas to start creating products. You could write ebooks. You could do video tutorials on writing resumes, do online coaching on how to write resumes. What you're looking for in these things is, a lot of times you want to find out, things like the whys in these, but always be looking for what comes next. Some other topics, maybe some other people are looking at, they've already got resume services and stuff, so they're already offering services. These people usually got products out there. They would make good people to think about joint venture partners or becoming affiliates with as well. Also over here, make sure that you check out the different advertising and stuff that they've got over there. Over here, we're talking about professional resume writing services that they go out. These are great places for you to find content that are going, because what these are is they're offering help for these people. They're going to these are recommendations. Professional resume writing service. Who's going to go to that? This person asking how to, for help for writing resumes. So you could go there as well to get different ideas of the help to offer to these people if you're really not sure yourself. Next, you're going to read the questions to identify the problems. Find out the why. That is one of the biggest things that you need to find out. Why does this person want help with writing a resume? Over here it says, these are the expectations of my job I'm applying for. Why is that person applying for a new job? Maybe they just got laid off. Maybe so that they're looking for new jobs right now. Other things you could be thinking about, if that person's looking at they just got laid off, what else are they really looking for? Maybe just ways to make income. So maybe you're in the make money online niche. That would be a person for maybe you to target to say, hey, have you ever thought about this? Have you ever thought about coming on and doing some internet marketing? I've got some programs that I can show you how to start making money online to bring in extra income and stuff, maybe while you're laid off or whatever it is. So find out the why. Why does this person want to help writing a resume? Maybe they're tired of their current job, recently laid off from previous job. One of the things you need to really look at next is what comes next. Are there any other products or services that this person may be interested in that you can create in your back-end marketing strategy? You need to be thinking about these things the whole time you're doing your research. Are there any related niches that would be of help to this person? This person's looking to start writing a resume. What happens when somebody submits their resume? Well, hopefully they are going to be called for a job interview. Well, the next problem that this person might have is how are they going to go in and do this interview? Maybe they've never really done an interview before. So they're going to start going, help again. I got another question. I wrote my resume, they've accepted my resume, and they've called me in for an interview. How do I do an interview properly? Well, somebody that's writing resumes and submitting resumes, probably they might be interested also in help in landing that job, going through the interview. So maybe you can provide them with that help. So that gives you a place to go to next. Maybe you can start thinking about a service and coaching and stuff on how, teaching people how to write resumes through a coaching or webinars or videos. Always be looking for different ways that you can expand what you're starting to get into and stuff. And that comes from basically trying to figure out the whys people are asking questions and what usually comes next after that question is solved, that problem they've got to solve. What other problems are they going to be experiencing? Research the answers for products contents that will provide the solution. This will also let you research available products for competition to help spark ideas. So when you're going through the answers, they'll supply their answers, and a lot of the times what they'll do is say, maybe I don't really have the answer here, but here's a good site for you to go to. Go here, and I hope this resolves your problem. And they're providing a solution through somebody else's website here. What you can do is go check out these websites. A lot of times they're going to have ebooks or products that they're going to recommend for this person to be able to buy. These are going to give you ideas of what kind of products you can start creating in there. They're going to start be able to allow you to see what kind of products maybe still should be developed, what things aren't happening yet in that niche. So maybe you could do it through video instead of ebook or webinars or teleseminars or whatever is missing in that marketplace. This is what you're going to be researching, are the things that's going on already. You're starting to research your competition, and it's going to help spark ideas, because a lot of times we just get stopped. We can't come up with an idea. It just won't come up. And we start this research, and all of it'll spark that aha moment where it's like, all right, I can do this now. I can start moving forward and get moving now. You can research through keyword use. Another way to research your products is through keyword research. Keyword research is basically the practice of looking at what users are searching for and how they search for it on the internet. I am not a huge person that recommending just going out and doing the research through keyword research. You want to understand the keywords people are using. You want to understand what kind of keywords that people are showing so that you can meet that person at the search bar. You need to do that. But a lot of the times that doesn't mean that it's going to be something that's profitable. There's so much more that you have to be looking into. And you can start looking for the advertising the competition's got going on. Just because there's a lot of competition, it might make it hard. So got to be looking for paid advertising. There's so much more than just involves just using keywords, but you need to do the keyword research to find out what people are typing into that search bar to look for, that they're looking for the solutions to their problems in that niche. Long-tailed keywords, instead of targeting one or two, targeting one or the two-word search terms, can be difficult and ineffective. So if you're just using one-word keywords like which we'll talk about here in a second, or just the two-word ones, it might be difficult and ineffective for you to really meet that person at the search bar and get yourself noticed, because a lot of the times the competition, the larger competition, is already going to have those keywords pretty much cornered, and it's going to be hard to really use them ones. You'll find yourself competing with big established websites, and you'll most likely run into the problem of low conversion rates, where you're just not going to be able to find that person, because a lot of times when they're coming in, they're searching for one keyword. They're really not sure what they're searching for yet. They've just typed into somewhere to get them started in their search. Long-tailed keywords will generally be able to drive a lot of good quality traffic to your website, and that will give you a higher conversion of sales, because what they're doing is they're typing in very specific keywords because they know exactly what they're looking for already, and those are the ones that you want to be really focusing on, because those are going to be the highest converting keywords for you to get. break down main niches into sub niches. An example would be like guitar. It gives you 267 million results. That's a lot to compete against. It's got a large amount of competition and possibly have a very saturated market, and I can guarantee you that it's going to have a saturated market. Somebody that's coming on searching for the word guitar does not really understand or have a clue what they're really looking for. They just know that they're interested in guitars right now. They're just probably starting their research. Maybe you can break it down into, maybe you're interested into electric guitars. As you notice, as you go through these, the search numbers start getting a little bit less. It's going to be a little bit easier to compete against. 15 million, it's still got a good amount of people in it. It's still going to be kind of hard to compete because there's going to be a lot of big competition out there in electric guitar, and the same with acoustic guitar. So maybe we break it down even farther and we go into beginner acoustic guitar. You see, we're just adding one more keyword into this and making a long-tailed keyword. These people that are searching for a beginner acoustic guitar, they're not interested in the electric guitar so much anymore. They're interested in acoustic, and they're a beginner. They're going to be looking for maybe beginner courses, beginner guitars, beginner guitar lessons and stuff that you can provide. So this puts in your mind what this person is going to be starting actually looking for. Not that they're just looking for a beginner guitar, it's an acoustic guitar. And probably if they're a beginner, they're going to be maybe looking for coaching, some lessons that maybe you could provide. And as you can see, the search results are still a little bit less. Still a very good market to get into because there's a lot of people still searching for it. You can break it into farther down in beginner acoustic guitar lessons. These people probably already purchased their guitar. They're probably not looking for that guitar anymore, but maybe this was what comes next after they purchased your guitar from your site. So now you're going to be, they're specifically looking for acoustic guitar lessons. As you can see, there's still a good amount of people searching. So there's still a very lucrative niche to get into. Learn how to play acoustic guitar by ear. If that person comes in and types in those keywords, they know exactly what they are looking for. There's still over 1,000 people searching for that. This might be something for you to add into your site after you've got acoustic guitar lessons. Maybe teaching them how to play it by ear next after you started teaching them, learning them how to play guitar. Really break it down, because once you find these big long keywords and stuff, these people know exactly what they're searching for. You're going to find higher conversions when somebody shows up to your site because they're ready to purchase now. They're ready. They know what they're looking for specifically. They found you at the search bar because you positioned yourself there, and now they're ready to pretty much buy. You just have to, as long as you got good copy, a good offer, so you got to always remember there's still more that comes there. You got to have good copy, a good offer and stuff. So that's what you're going to have to be researching as well. When you're looking at all of these other products and stuff, what other products are out there teaching acoustic guitar by ear? What can you do different to really stand out above everybody else that would be teaching acoustic guitar by ear? You're going to be able to, by breaking them down, the broad term keywords down into sub niches, you can find a more targeted niche to work with, and you're going to be able to stand out a whole lot easier, and because the competition is not going to be as fierce. Here's another couple examples I want to show you, and I want to kind of show you something here. And this is just a topic that I've always been interested in, and that's why we're using this one. But if you were to type in the word chicken, if somebody showed up and typed in the word chicken and you're concentrating on that keyword chicken, what's going to happen is Google's going to search for that, and they're going to bring up all sorts of things. They're not maybe your interest is in different chicken breeds or whatever that your niche is. It's, a certain chicken breed or whatever. And when they type in the word chicken, what's going to happen is they're going to go all over the place. You're going to find chicken recipes, because Google doesn't know if they're talking about, eating chicken, raising a chicken. They're really not, it's not really sure what that person's searching for yet, except they're looking to deal with something to deal with the word chicken. It's going to be hard to really compete against that, and people aren't really, they're not going to be very targeted right at that point. Now, I want to show you something just by adding an S to something one time to some of the words that you use, what can happen. By adding an S to the word chicken gives a whole new meaning to that thing. Now it's not talking about like a chicken recipe or a chicken dinner or something like that, or how to cook a chicken. Now we're talking about chickens, and when Google sees that S on there, they think that you're start talking about live chickens, raising chickens. So now you're going to start learning going into different, how to build chicken coops, as you can see. Breeds of chicken, raising backyard chickens. And as you're going through here, start looking at the search results. What's coming up? Backyard chickens, incubating eggs. There's different things that you can start thinking about as different topics here. Maybe something starts sparking an interest. Breeds of chickens. So this site's going to tell you all about the different breeds of chickens out there. Maybe there's specific breeds you want to get into. Raising backyard chickens, the country chicken. So what that's going to tell you is, what about people raising chickens in the city? That's a whole different niche. Over here, you're going to find different paid advertising. Very good. We'd like to see paid advertising. That means that this is a profitable niche to get into. I was told that it wasn't one time. I do not believe it to this day, because I see a lot of people making money in this. Maybe not getting rich in this niche, but there's some good money. And they know it because there's people over here paying for advertising. You can go over here. Maybe you can become an affiliate to some of these products that are going to be advertised in these things. Go to their sites. Look at the products that are being recommended. Go there and find out what you could do to add to those products to stand out above the crowd. Example of raising chickens. Maybe you're talking you want to break it down even farther, and you're just specifically talking about raising chickens. Again, maybe it's different kinds. You got Rhode Island Reds over here, so you have a chicken niche of raising Rhode Island chickens or something, or raising poultry. Different keywords that people would be searching for. Poultry would, raising, instead of just raising chickens, raising poultry. Maybe raising hens, raising roosters, whatever. Raising a flock of chickens. Different things over here. Good advertising going on. Break it down even to certain breeds of chickens that you can get into. When people come on, typing in things like raising silky chickens, which is a type of breed, they're looking specifically for information on raising silky chickens. They're probably not they probably already know about raising chickens. Now they're looking for specific breeds, and you're going to be able to target them a little bit more and offer them the help that they need in the information, and you're going to be able to stand out above the crowd a little bit easier. Electronic gaming is not a niche. It's too broad. Xbox repairs is a niche, and it's a very profitable niche. How to win at Madden is a niche. So, people come in there, just electronic gaming is going to be very hard to compete against. How to win at Madden is going to be something that's a little bit easier for you to compete in. Gardening is not a niche. There's going to be people typing in the word gardening. You're going to have all sorts of kind of results come up. It's going to be hard to compete. Hydroponic growing is a niche. How to grow a bigger hybrid tea roses is a niche. You can get into organic gardenings and different niches in organic gardening. So really start thinking about breaking them down into sub niches so that it's easier for you to stand out and compete. The advantage is narrowing your focus to a small niche market. There's much less competition, and it's easier for you to dominate. You can often find great deals on advertising on other sites that target your small markets. So always be checking out the advertising and stuff to find out what kind of products are recommending, because you're going to be able to find great deals on advertising when you get into these smaller niches where you can do your own advertising, finding JV partners and stuff that are out there that are willing to JV with you, that they can help you advertise. It's a whole lot easier in these more focused niches. You can easily gain the loyalty of your customers, which is you have to do, which offers you lots of opportunities to expand your offer with related products and follow-up offers. You really need to start narrowing your focus down. That's why you see a lot of people where they're maybe in the make money online market where they're targeting specific things. Maybe their expertise is in list building. That's part of making money online. But they're not focusing on just making money online. They're focused on just list building. Maybe they're focusing on certain types of list building. So they're really going to narrow it down even more, like building a list from your blog, or maybe they're just talking about building relationships with your list within that. You can easily gain the loyalty of your customers, which offers you lots of opportunities to expand your offers with related products and follow-up offers. And this is really important because you've got to gain loyalty of your customers. If not, they're going someplace else that they trust. You've got to gain their respect. You've got to become across as the credible expert, and taking advantage of narrowing your focus down to smaller targeted niches is really going to help you do that and compete easier and help you to dominate your niche. Google Keyword Tool. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because I do not do a lot of my niche research here. What I really go in here looking for is to make sure I check out different keywords people are using. So maybe, you can type in things like, we got an example here of Verizon cell phones that we brought up. You can go down through the list and you'll see different times there's different spellings that misspellings that people are doing and stuff that are actually being searched for a lot. Like down here, you got a whole misspelling of Verizon, Verison. Well, there's a lot of competition competing for that, and there's quite a few people actually searching. They're misspelling Verizon. Well, that's a good keyword to start looking for and maybe using and stuff. So start looking. Column 1, you got your advertising, your competition over here. The column 2, you got your monthly search volume. It's globally here. Over in column 3 is the local month search volume and stuff that you go on. And 4 is the search trends. It'll show you the trends and stuff that hit over the year and stuff. And I think it's over to the right side is the more recent one. So in this one, you can see that the trend was going up, slightly dropped off. But this is a good tool to really start going into looking for the keywords, making people are actually sure that they're searching for those words and that you're using. That might give you different ideas for keywords. You can get an account here, and once you get your account, you can actually go in and it'll actually give you more than just, I think initially without an account it'll give you like 100 search results. If you have an account, you log in, it'll give you many more search results for it. See that there's competition. All green is going to mean that there's heavy competition. And as you can see that there's a lot of people searching for Verizon cell phones, got a lot of paid competition. This is going to be talking about, people that are paying for competition, for advertising and stuff in there. Maybe it's going to be hard to compete in that niche. So that's kind of what I use the Google Keyword Tool for. Check Google AdWord ads. When you do a search on Google for your keyword, you will get the Google search results page. On the right-hand side of the page, you will see sponsored links by Google. These are what are known as pay-per-click ads of your potential competitors. These are something that's really important for you to look into because that's going to tell you if there's paid advertising. If people aren't paying for advertising, chances are it's not going to be profitable. So what you would do is type in something like organic gardening into Google. You'd go to the search bar in your Google search bar, type in Google, and here's the results that you get when you type it in. Over here you see your sponsored links. These are the paid advertising. Just because they're advertising and they're probably going to send you to a sales page or a product, good. Go to some of those. Find out what kind of products people are promoting. Find out, what, like we've been talking about, find out what you can add. Maybe there are products that you can become affiliates for. Maybe there's these are product owners that you can become a JV partner with. Start looking through the different topics and stuff that you can start going through and really maybe start narrowing your niches down and stuff. Over here we're talking about organic information for, pest control and vegetable. So maybe you just got organic vegetable gardening or organic fruit gardening or flower gardening or whatever that you might. So start looking through the different things that are going on out there. Over here you'll see a lot of other opportunities for you, and we'll kind of go into those here in just a second. Maybe let's go back here. Sorry about that. Let's go into Google. Let's just type in that once here. So what you see here when you type in the word organic gardening, right away Google's going to start giving you different different things that you could actually start searching for, maybe organic gardening blogs, companion planting and stuff for organic garden, fertilizer, books on organic gardening. That might be a great place to start looking for topics that you could in organic gardening, or for products out there, organic gardening supplies, maybe some more great places that you could become affiliate with some physical products. Talking about pest controls, it'll narrow it down a lot of times within the niche where you might live at. Organic gardening tips. Organic gardening tips would be a great place to go research, because a lot of times they'll give you maybe their top 10 tips. They're usually very little, just a couple little paragraphs that you could use to expand on. So maybe you take those top 10 tips, you create a nice ebook out of each one of those tips by adding to each one of those tips, changing the titles around a little bit differently and making it your own, and really adding so it can give you some good ways that you could start adding content to your sites. Organic gardening magazines would be another great place, because there's going to be different advertising going on. Finding out what kind of ads are going into the organic gardening, what type of topics people are really looking for, because these magazines do their research. They know what people are searching for, and they're going to be looking for content to put in there that is focused around the problems that people are having, that they've done their research on. But once you type in organic gardening, you go in there, you got your, like we've shown you here, your sponsored ads. You start looking down through the different things where people are looking. We got organic vegetables, flowers, fruits, maybe different things that we could get into here. Over here, we can go in and check out the news. The different news that's going on in organic gardening that are coming up in the search engine. You can find different organic blogs that you could go start. Maybe you can start leaving links on these blogs back to your pages and stuff. So you go and comment, leading links back to your blog and stuff. So this is a great way to also, while you're doing research, is to find ways that you can generate free traffic back to your sites. But checking out the blogs, usually this comes along with a blog owner that you could maybe contact. Maybe this is a person that's got products that you could be selling, that you could start JV partnering with. It's got different video results on organic gardening. What this will do is show you a lot of times you can go to these videos and stuff, and a lot of times they'll have a link leading back to a squeeze page or back to their site, where hopefully there's a squeeze page. Again, these people are list building. You can find out the different types of things. You can see how people are doing their videos and stuff to maybe spark some ideas for you. You can go and look for organic books. It's going to show you different books. Maybe start searching through them and stuff that are different topics that they're going. And of course, down here we got organic books for dummies. Like I said, organic, if Dummies has it, it's a great niche to get into. So those are kind of things to be looking at. So just really start researching. Don't just go in here and take quick glances. Really, when you're in your research mode, really dive deep into it, and it's going to give you a lot of more. There's a whole lot there to be that you can really get into. Use ClickBank to explore your niche and affiliate income potential. The reason this is so cool is that these are all information products like ebooks, downloadable audios or videos, etc. Visit ClickBank Marketplace and do search within your niche keywords. Look for affiliate products. The reason this is so cool is that these are all information products here, like ebooks, downloadable audios or videos, etc. If there is a product, or even better yet, several products in that niche you're interested in listed here, you know that there are people buying products in this niche on the internet. You can become affiliates with these to these products. You can get product ideas. You can figure out what you can do to add value to the products that are already out there. You can research your competition, because you can start finding out what kind of products your competition has. Start finding out a little bit about your product. You can maybe sign up, find out how to get on some of their list, find out what kind of support, things like that they got going on. So you're researching your competition. You can find JV partners, get noticed on the radar of your niche. So maybe you want to become an affiliate to these products just to start selling them. So maybe you set up a blog review, start driving people to your blog to do a review on these niches. They go to through your affiliate link, and when the product owners start seeing sales come in, they start investigating who these sales come in. And when they see you, you start getting noticed on the radar in that niche. Also, people that are buying the product, showing up to your blogs and buying the product, they start noticing you as the expert because you're recommending these products and stuff. So make sure that you're writing good reviews and stuff for these products. Don't just do anything half-heartedly. Really go all out. You can find options for monetizing your niche with ready-made affiliate offers. The niches that you can get in, that you're getting into, go to ClickBank, Pay.com, different places like this, and start finding affiliate products that you can start monetizing your niche with right away, because you can become an affiliate with these products already. But find out, don't just look at the products. What can you do to add value to the products that are already out there? What can you do to stand out above the crowd that's already there? So basically, you're just going to go to clickbank.com, search the marketplace for affiliate products in your niche of interest. So you would go to the marketplace, which we see circled up here. You would just click on marketplace. That's going to take you to the next page. If there's different categories that you can start searching in over here on the left-hand side, how to find products to promote. It's going to tell you exactly how to go about it if you just don't understand it when you get in here. Finding products, once again, you could type in organic gardening into the search bar here. Once you type that in, you hit go, and it's going to give you the results of the products that are out there, affiliate products in organic gardening. These are going to give you different titles, maybe sub-niches. Here we got just one on organic gardening, organic vegetable gardening, the easy guide to organic gardening. Probably as you look through there, there'll probably be organic gardening for beginners and all sorts of topics that you can really get started in, and you can really find out what's going on out there. You can check out their sales pages that they have. You can find out what's really selling and stuff by the gravity. You can look to see the higher gravities. Usually means that there's people that are selling these. A lot of times, if it's a really high gravity, there's probably a launch going on at that time. It might be kind of hard for you to compete, but it also shows you that there's a lot going on with that, because there's products out there. Affiliates are grabbing those products. That means there's a niche that you've stumbled into, or you've done your research and you found a good place to be. Check StumbleUpon categories. You can go to StumbleUpon.com and find out what the categories that StumbleUpon offers to their stumblers. Look for a category closely aligned to your proposed niche. So once you start getting an idea, go to StumbleUpon.com, start looking in the categories. Potentially a great source of free targeted traffic to profit from. So once you go in there, you can go in, find out what interests you. Start going through the categories that they've got. Click one of them, maybe self-improvement. We talked about that as being a very good niche to get into. So you click self-improvement, start stumbling. It's as simple as that. That's all you got to do is click what interests you, start stumbling. What it's going to do, it's going to bring up different recommended content that is provided for you. They're going to bring up recommended content for you to start going through. Again, you'll see ads going on for advertising. You're going to find different things, ebooks, products that are going out there, content for ideas. You're going to be able to research your competition again. You're going to find, check the advertising. You can possibly find JV partners that are, putting the content out there. Free traffic. This is a great place that you can be, getting free traffic back to your sites. There's a lot of great places that you can go and be thinking about all of these different things that were just listed there. Each time you go to a place to the search, what kind of content ideas can you get? What kind of research can you do on the competition of the different products out there? What kind of advertising is going out there? What kind of advertising will help you? Maybe you can get advertising ideas. Looking for JV partners, looking for avenues of free traffic revenue for you. You can search magazines, both offline and online. You can go to your books, the stores, look in the magazine racks to find out what's out there. Just browse through the magazines, find out what's going on out there. You can go to Google. Once again, you can type in different type of magazines, like gardening magazines, or maybe you want to go to organic gardening magazines. Once you type it in, let's say start with gardening magazines. You go there. Here's the result, list of gardening magazines out there. You'd probably want to click on that one, and it's going to take you to a site that's going to show you all the different magazines that are out there. You're going to see the advertising again over here. Great place to find out what's going on. over there. Here's we got this gardening magazine. You can be found on Amazon.com. Maybe you can become an affiliate. Amazon, you don't make a lot of money as an affiliate, but it's a good revenue that you can put in place as another revenue source. So you can see that you're going to be able to go to Amazon.com here. This magazine is posted on there, so you could get your affiliate link. You could recommend the gardening magazines and stuff there. So when you go in there, it's when you click on that, different gardening magazines, it's going to give you the different magazines that are out there. Here's one on gardening tips. That'd be a great one to figure out, find out different tips. Different magazines are over here on animals, arts, audio, business, computer, and internet, gardening, anything that you want to get into. Just start look and see what interests you, what sparks your interest. Maybe it wasn't what you came searching for in the first place, and you get over here and you're like, wow, there it is. Maybe you search for organic gardening. Once again, you go in there, shopping results for organic gardening magazines, the same thing. Organic gardening magazine website, magazine directory. Here's another one for you. Organic kitchen gardening. Again, search through what comes up through the results. Maybe you can get into the niche of organic kitchen gardening. A lot of people live in town or whatever, and they just maybe small, they want to do some organic gardening, and they just got small pots they can put in their kitchen or on their deck or something outdoors. So maybe, a big country garden, organic gardening, there's all sorts of different ways, directions to take. Again, when you go to the sites, click on some of those of the results, go to the sites. Now, this particular one that we clicked on, it's got this person is list building. That means they have a list, potential JV partner, potential products to become an affiliate with. Start going through them. Look to see what they're offering. This person's offering video on their site, so you pretty much know probably video is accepted in this niche. Maybe you didn't think about offering video. Maybe you just were thinking ebooks. Well, maybe that's something that you can do. Check the About Us page. Maybe it'll lead you to the finding out how to contact that person, or look for the contact pages on there. Look for what they're offering, how-to tutorials. That'd be a great way to figure out some different how-to content for you to get. Questions and answers. What kind of questions are people asking? They're going to these people have already maybe got a hold of their list or whatever. They know the questions people are asking, and they're going to provide answers. This is going to help you to already take advantage of research that's already been done. This person's offering contests and prizes. Is that something that you could also do to help you stand out above the crowd? It's got great resources. You could go to their resources and check out the different resources that they're offering, and maybe you can think about adding resource lists to yours as added value, or check out the resources, because a lot of times that is going to be different products that you can search. So really look over the sites. And find out what can help you in your research and helping you stand out above the crowd, and what you can do and offer on your websites. Evaluating the competition. Your competition is the one in your business that has the loyal following. There's two types of competition that we've discussed in the previous: direct and indirect. Direct is basically somebody that's competing head to head, same niche, same products, pretty much same. They're going to be targeting that same person coming along. It's going to be harder to compete. Indirect, maybe there's the same target markets, but a little bit different, maybe a little bit different products. We used the restaurant niche as an example here before, where you have two restaurants. They're looking for the same person that's coming along that's hungry, but one may be targeting somebody that's looking to go out and eat a pizza, while the other restaurant may be targeting somebody that's looking for a hamburger, or looking to go out for Chinese or whatever. So they're looking for the same type of person, somebody that's interested in coming out to eat, but they're looking for somebody that's different in different products and stuff, so they're going to have a little bit different products. Are there products ranging from high to low prices? When you research your competition, do they have products from low to high? If they're only low, why is there no high? Is this an opportunity for you to add in higher valued prices? Or maybe that market does not accept higher priced products and stuff. So really make sure you're doing your research to find out these things. Does a market have a good back end? If not, can you create back end products that people will buy? What comes first and what comes next has to be on your mind while you're doing the research. Just because you find a niche, you don't want to just stop where you start. You want to find out what's coming next, what's coming, what people are, what they might be interested in, to follow what you're going on. So you can start positioning different products along the line to take that person through your product funnel, up that product ladder, however you want to describe it, and get them to that solution that they're looking for. Is there competition? If not, you may need to rethink your niche. A lot of people go, hey, there's nobody competing in this. Well, probably for a very good reason. It's probably because nobody's interested in pulling out their wallet and buying, like we discussed earlier. So is there competition? How much competition is out there? If yes, how much, and how can I compete? So you really got to find out what's going on out there and what you can do to have your unique selling proposition to stand out above the crowd for you to be able to compete. What extra benefits do they provide? You want to find out what kind of benefits your competition's already providing. Maybe they got membership sites out there. Maybe they have forums, blogs. What are they providing their members already, their list, their customers? What else maybe is missing? What kind of customer support is available? Always check out customer support in your niches. If there's poor customer support, this is a great way for you to stand above the crowd and really capitalize on, hey, I've got great customer support, because that's going to really add a lot. But if you're advertising that you do, make sure that you follow through and that you have good customer support. Do they have affiliate programs? If not, can you add affiliate programs into yours for other affiliates to come and get your products where they're not finding the other products out there? Are their websites easy to navigate with good design formats that are pleasing to the eye? If you go to the sites and they're poor navigation, and a lot of times you'll find these, that basically says beginner, and this leaves a lot of room for you to set up a nice, easy to navigate website, because people are going to prefer to come to your website instead of going to these websites that are just plastered with flashing lights and banners and everything else, and they can't figure out what in the heck they're supposed to even do on that website. If you can't figure out what they're going to you're to do there, you're just going to leave. So make sure that your websites are pleasing to the eye, but look at the competition and find out if that's a place that you can stand out. Look for any holes that need to be filled. What's missing in the marketplace that you can add value to, that you can stand out above the crowd. Ask yourself, what are the problems that the market is facing in the niche that I have chosen? What is that something extra that I bring to the market that my niche market doesn't have yet? You've got to have that unique selling proposition, that something extra that when somebody shows up to your site, they find you and they're like, wow, that's something that nobody else has. That's something I got to stick with. How can I best set myself apart from the competition so that I stand above the crowd and will be noticed? When you're doing your niche research, you really have to get in there and do some research. You're either going to pay to do research, or you're going to capitalize on the research that's already out there, which is my suggestion. People have already paid for the research. There's no sense in you paying for it. Go out there and start doing the research. Really, don't just start looking for a profitable niche. Once you find that profitable niche, you're going to be also looking for places like we discussed at the beginning, places that you can network, people you can network with, places that you can find free traffic back to your site, different products that you can recommend to start making money as an affiliate. Really research your market. Don't just go out and start looking for those things that you're passionate about and you say, okay, there's money to be made. There's so much more for you to discover when you're researching that niche that most people don't even think about looking for when they're going out there. I hope that this training tonight has really showed you what is possible for you to really get in, and how easy it really is to capitalize on what's already out there. And once you find some of these programs, that I hope I've shown you that there's a whole lot more to be discovered on some of these sites than you might have even ever imagined or even thought about looking for while you were there. Because niche research is more than just finding that niche to get started in and making money. You're planning on building a business around this niche. So you're going to, in building businesses involve networking. They involve products, and so you really need to find out what's going on out there. Learn to speak the language. So you're going to have to research the type of language that's going on if you don't know it already. So there's always stuff to learn, And I really hope I showed you some things tonight that were going to help you discover that profitable niche that you can capitalize and stand out above the crowd and really start making some good money online.